Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of The Tug. My name is Wellington Gomez.
You know what it is Edward underscore ENT, and we're back with another juicy episode of The Tug. And if you are not subscribed, make sure to hit that button now and like it and leave us a comment. Come on, let us know what you're thinking.
Wow, episode 69, we're back.
69.
69.
Shout out to Xander and Nunu. This was their number.
Yeah, shout out to Xander and Nunu. This was supposed to be their episode. But
we're still gonna get nasty for you in the spirit of 69.
In the spirit of 69. What have you been up to?
Well, aside being full-time working barb, it's a lot of work out here.
You might cross the bear.
No, let me see. Look at that nuevo. Nothing, girl. Applying to jobs, if I'm being honest. So if you guys don't know, well, if you don't keep up with my story or the close friends, pretty much, I left the gig and I had to do what I had to do.
So you quit your job.
I quit the job.
How do you feel about that?
Bitch, it's uplifting. It's great. It was a pressure, like a
you
weight
took a
off the
chance
shoulder.
on yourself.
Well, someone's got to do it.
Right.
You got to move the pieces one step at a time. But I think that's what it is right now. It's just moving the pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm excited. I have an interview on Wednesday. So we're gonna
God, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm. So get the money rolling in.
Right.
And it's winter. That's it. It's winter. What's the day? September something is winter.
Right.
We are around the corner.
And it's time to lock in. I truly believe that God is going to bless you because you took a chance on yourself.
Amen.
And for real, like when you take chances on yourselves like that, like God sees that and he blesses back. So I hope you're ready for your blessing.
What's that song? Blessings, Nicki Minaj and Tasha Combs. I'm ready for my blessings.
You're ready for your blessing.
Ito, what's going on with you? Because you always got something cooking.
It's been, since the last time you guys heard of us, we did the Brooklyn Miyake Mugler episode, which was so amazing.
Received so well.
Also received, it was our biggest episode to date. It had the biggest debut numbers in the first 24 hours. It broke all of the records. And
it was a moment to, I feel like, look back at where we started and be like, wow, and we do that, I feel like, after every episode.
Right.
But in a sense, we got to just experience, damn, we started off in a little attic, on our Zoom calls, with our dream, and we're living the dream.
Right.
And it's looking different every day, but
right,
even better.
Right. I think that, I don't know, that episode made me really proud of us because even after we were done filming the episode, the things that she said to us, how we made her feel, what great of an experience she felt like the show was, that made me feel like, wow, we really do create a great safe space that is welcoming for our guests, and we do that so intentionally with our segments.
And I was gonna say, I'm like, it is in a way to respectfully just pat ourselves on the back rather than tooting. We're tooting our own horn.
Yeah.
Because,
but in a positive good way.
In a positive good way. But I say it in, we do a lot of it, a lot of work. It's like our baby, and it's just one of those moments where it's a milestone.
Yeah.
And it was really nice to experience that. And yeah, I feel like, as we just said, things are changing every day. So I feel like from where we left off to where we're at now, a lot has changed.
A lot has changed.
With you?
I ended up moving out of my parents' house.
Woo, woo, woo.
So I live by myself again after 3 years. I used to live by myself and I was away for 3 years. And then I moved back in with my parents. And then I was with my parents for 2.5. And then I moved out again.
You had to stack up.
And honestly, year 3 with my parents, I was like, I might stay here until I get married type shit, because there's really no need. But it just happened that a blessing fell into my lap, and
you received it.
When a good apartment comes through, you have to snatch it, because good apartments don't come through all the time.
That's exactly how Brooklyn headquarters
exactly. And you have a great apartment, there's people that don't live like this on their first time living in New York.
And you're doing it too.
No, I
'Cause
know,
your
but I'm
view is
saying like
sickening.
it's
But
crazy
you're here
that
with us.
we both relate in that sense. Like when we got our apartments, like it was like a great thing that we needed to jump on, you know? So yeah, so I moved out. That's been great.
How?
And
What's new? What has changed from in this new
honestly,
environment?
so I live in a luxury building now.
Come, say it again for the people in the back.
I live in a luxury building now.
Yeah.
No, so I live in a luxury building now. Said it 3 times. Um, and the way that that changes your mentality, like being around luxury,
Your mindset, your
it
lifestyle.
changes your mindset. It changes your mood.
It's like a paradigm shift.
It's actually the psychological, the psychological like ways that it changes you. It's crazy because I've seen that, like, you know, I live a happier life
Mm.
now. um Life always has ups and downs, you know, even when you're in your blessing.
Yeah, talking shit.
Like it always
It
has
feel
ups
like
and
that.
downs, but when the downs come, it's not necessarily like, oh, life is lifing. It's just like, oh, this is just part of the course because I live in my blessing, you know.
Yeah.
So it has changed me a lot, honestly.
I feel like you received a lot of rewards from man. I feel like naturally, as we're speaking right now, it's taking us, I feel like, in a way to a topic of like risk and reward. What
Yeah,
do you have to risk in order to receive the reward that you are seeking, you know?
right.
And in that moment, I mean, we're using the example of the apartments,
Hmm.
but it's like now for the upcoming months, or as we were talking the other day, the last quarter, this is the big bang, the long home run that
Right.
counts. So what are some new risks you're taking?
I think that more than ever, I'm going full force into my business, you know?
Uh,
And I think that we're going full force into the tuck and more than ever. So the risk that I'm taking is that I'm going all in,
all in,
you
all
know?
the chips on the
All
table.
the chips are on the table.
I like
And
that analogy.
if I don't have to eat, I don't have to eat, but things are going to get done, you know?
No,
And
you will eat. You will
I
eat.
will eat
Because
because I make
one
it
thing,
happen,
and that's what I'm about to
you
say. You
know?
know damn well that it's like sometimes,
And I have
like
a
God has a
and
way.
also I have a village. So like like let it
There's
be
a
known that like we may not be needing each other's help that often, but when we do, like
it's a phone call.
it's a phone call. It's less than a phone call, honestly. It's a show up, you know? So
Clock it.
I'm not even worried about none of that. But yeah, like what about you?
It's new risks and more rewards for you to come. For me, right, I mean, the risk of leaving my
Yeah.
job. I mean,
Yeah.
it was what it was, the experience, but it covered what it had to cover.
Right.
Um, but yeah, dude, I mean, you pretty much know that I was like waking up was just, I think the emoji that I just pictured in my head was the
Mhm.
one with the swirling eyes.
Mhm.
It was just like nauseating. So I'm just excited because it's like playing the game of life, and the path is moving. You're moving along the path. And sometimes as you move forward, sometimes you end up on a little piece where it's like, oh, you stepped on jelly jam, like
Right.
you skip a turn. But then the next turn you get, you're gonna be able to move up three. So I'm waiting patiently, but just applying myself. So I feel like right now the risk is just in another way, not putting it like all on the table,
Mhm.
but it was like, and saying different words, I'm like fully like believing in myself. Where it's
Yeah.
like, all
You're
right,
all in too.
it's like, yeah. I mean, there is no other way of
There is no
risking.
other
There's no way of risking and receiving reward if you're not all
if
in.
you're not all in,
That's the
girl.
lesson.
That's the name of the episode. All in.
All in.
All in. Um
Alone in it. Justin Bieber.
and like we said, there's gonna be many changes that come along. And some of those changes are also changes that are gonna come along in our programming. You
Which are
know,
exciting.
they're exciting, and different, you know. So you're definitely gonna be getting more audio episodes from us that are going to be podcast exclusives that you can find on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. and we're gonna be doing our guest episodes. We're going to go for at least giving you guys like one guest episode a month, two if we're feeling naughty. But we're trying to make the guest episode something a little bit more special for the time being, because we're working on something behind the scenes, and there's only so many ways that we can divide ourselves,
Yeah, while also working on just like
on the show itself.
on the show and but everything else that just life calls for.
Exactly. Like at the end of the day, we're also two humans trying to make it in this economy.
That part.
So yeah, so more audio episodes, more guest episodes, one guest episode a month, and more conversations like this.
And we're excited for the changes. I mean, we hear what you guys say, obviously. So that's why we're making these changes. So that way we can better suit, give you guys more of the good stuff.
But there's
So
also something that we're working on, and once that's done, these changes will make sense. But mal de ojo
Ooh.
and brujeria is
Ooh.
real, so we cannot be sharing everything on this mic,
I'll speak on it.
So some things we just gotta keep to ourselves, because
blessings will come through.
God has not released that info yet,
So
So
he's holding those cards close to his chest.
what something in
Once I hear the
I was-
cackle, I know it's
I
some
was gonna
shit.
say, where's my phone? Because
It's
I
on the floor right
I was
there.
like, what's something in gay culture that has you cackling right now? Because I have a couple things that
There are a few that just like off of today. So I saw this one tweet, and it was like a video of all the drag queens leaving the Emmys, and they're all like in a fire line, but they're all on their phones, and they're like walking mass slow.
Oh well, actually, let's speak about
that was a cackle.
That was a great segue, because let's talk about the fact that RuPaul's Drag Race season 16 lost at the Emmys.
Bitch, report the news if they didn't know. Like that was gag.
And not only that, RuPaul Charles also lost for Best Host.
Okay, but I'm gonna pose this question. I mean, the guy who won, his name is Tim Allen.
No, Alan Cummings.
Alan Cummings.
The host of Traitors.
He did his thing.
No shade.
No shade. That's what,
and also no shade. Alan Cummings is gay, so like
we're still winning.
This is a win.
But it went to, well,
it's just what I want to get to is how telling it is that season 16 was so trash. Like, I'm sorry.
In 3 points, tell me why it was trash.
In 3 points, because they lost the Emmys.
Okay.
I don't need to give you 3 points. I can just give you that
give you
one.
a reason why they deserved it.
Why?
Kamala.
That was All Stars, babe.
Ooh. Cut the cameras. Screen crack.
Cut the cameras.
I'm like, no way, this shit is rigged.
Girl, that was All Stars.
Well, regardless, Traitors had a good run. They did their shit.
Traitors was amazing. Season 2 of Traitors was literally amazing. If you have not watched season 2 of Traitors, do yourself the favor and get a life and watch season 2 of Traitors.
But no, in 3 points though, why don't you think it received the Emmy?
I think that the cast wasn't
plain held it down.
100% a strong cast. I think the cast had strong contestants, but I think there was a lot of filler queens. And I'm not gonna go into naming who I think are filler queens, but I do think that there was a lot of filler queens. I think that production wise, I felt bored towards like the half end of the season. And that's something that I've never felt with the American franchise, because the American franchise usually goes above and beyond. And the fact that I felt bored, the fact that I stopped watching it every Friday, to me, as a viewer, that was the testament that there's something that's
like,
not
what was
working.
the memorable moment of this season? Like, everyone says Nymphia's finale, which
I feel like what was the memorable moment from the season? A lot of shit Plain Jane did.
Yeah.
But when you think about season 15,
Mistress.
First of all, the entire top 4 is iconic.
Bitch.
Sasha Colby, Mistress, Lux Lauren London, and what's her name?
Lucy LaDuca.
No, girl, no.
Sasha Colby.
No, Sasha Colby, Lux, Mistress, and
Lady Camden.
no, the one that she's Puerto Rican and Asian. The one that she was like, pow, pow.
Um, Atari, Asterisk.
um,
She was
yeah, dog walking,
Vogarella.
dog
Oh
Bogarella.
my gosh.
Oh
Hold
my
on.
God, why are we not remembering her
Oh my gosh,
name?
hold on. Whoever doesn't get it has to buy the next blind.
It has to go buy it.
I have to get it. I have to get that. Anitra. Woo!
Wow, so I have to buy the next blonde? That's crazy. Anyways, Anitra,
Girl, I'm all in it. I remember that. I'm all
Girl.
in it.
your life depended on it.
No blood.
You see how Butch Queens, when their life depends on something, they turn smart?
It was like inside, it's like SpongeBob. I was going through the filing cabinets in my brain. Like,
Yeah. That was an iconic top 4.
it was.
Every single one of those queens did something that they were memorable for. I cannot say
Even Let Loose.
even Let Loose. I cannot even say the same for season 16, I think that it
I
had
like
great
Maya.
I think it had great moments, but I don't think that I
It
don't
was a
thi-
lot of shy girls. Let's say it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think something was off. I'm not an expert, so I can't tell you what it was, but I think something was off. As a viewer, it definitely felt like something was off because again, I was bored towards the end of the season, and I never get bored towards the end of a season. Why do I think that
I wonder what's
Canada's
happening.
Drag Race versus the World season 2 was better than
Was
American?
speaking. You asked about anything about the cackle. We got into the drag race, and funny enough, I ended up seeing a tweet that Tsunami ended up putting out, and it was like, or no, oh, damn, who she quoted? Oh, who's the bitch we always used to F starts with an F.
Robin Fierce.
Robin Fierce.
Robin Fierce posted a picture with the Emmy that their season won,
Yeah,
and she was like, how good it feels, da, da,
to
da,
be an
da."
Emmy winner.
And then she was like,
Tsunami quoted and was like, "What? They didn't win because of you."
yeah, gagged
Gagged
her.
her. Gagged her.
Gagged
And
her.
if you don't know, just go back and listen to those episodes because Miss Robin Fierce, you walked into that one, boo.
You walked into
But
that
it
one,
was
my love.
all in like shade.
And then people and then people were commenting on the Robin Fierce picture like, that's not even your Emmy.
That was the group Emmy. Well, you know what? She still got an Emmy though.
I mean, I do believe that I work in TV production. When shows like that win Emmys, the producers get Emmys, not the cast. However, I do believe that when it comes to reality shows, since the cast is so important,
Yeah.
like they contribute to that. Their stories contribute to
Yeah.
that. So when RuPaul wins an Emmy for best competition show, it's not because the challenges are good. It of course, yeah, but it's also because they casted the show well, which then made a great story to tell.
I agree.
So I just feel like season 16 there wasn't a lot of storytelling like that. But also season 15 was so strong.
I mean, maybe it's managed by different like company or a different production.
No, it's Well
like,
of Wonder.
but maybe different team, maybe different staff, a different direction.
No, I don't think so. That's like that would be too much.
We
So,
have to
like,
go. We honestly, this could be an episode where we can do is literally matching up season 15 to season 16 episode per episode, and like saying like, no, this one was better. No, this one wasn't, and like go back and forth
and like
see.
tally.
Yeah, let's tally and see what we got at the end of that season.
It's just insane. It's just literally insane. But
We'll watch all the episodes in 2x.
I've been obsessed with 2X lately.
I love it. We will be like, the winner of Anastasia overseas Anastasia Beverly Hills. Lifetime supply. Let's get sickening.
So there was this girl on Twitter that someone kept eating her lunch at work.
Oh my god.
Did you see that?
Yes.
Someone kept eating her lunch at work, so she put laxatives
in the meal.
in her food
Yep.
and left it in the refrigerator.
Oh my god.
And then she videotaped one of her coworkers having to keep going to the bathroom. Bubble guts. And then to the point that she collapsed on the desk.
Head down.
And then she had to leave.
Diva down for real.
When I saw that, I was like, yo, Sometimes you really have to get a motherfucker by like
Listen,
biting like that.
it's chess, not checkers. In other news too, I mean, this is no. Let's keep it in the sense of cackles, and we'll get into more of the serious side. Oh well, no, this is not a cackle, but this is more of definitely a point I want to make. Baddies Caribbean, we saw that it was the final episode, and of
Yeah.
course, everyone's talking about the hot last table scene right before they're giving their closure. So shout out to Zeus for that production. I really like how they had them on the table. They did a little intro at the table, and then boom, we took it to the confessional. Super cute.
Mhm.
Shout out to ya for that. But now,
I think it was badly produced, but keep it pushing.
oh, okay. So boom, we have fast forward, you don't know. Meatball has been hating on Tinka this entire season because Tinka received a baddie's chain to the point where Meatball has been questioning if she is a baddie or not
If she is a baddie or not,
with it or without this chain.
because she didn't get a chain at the same time that Tinka got one.
So let's also keep in mind that that Meatball wears her styling choice that she prefers,
Yeah.
and she goes out in that sense. So in this moment, they are preferring to give a chain to Meepa over DTB, who has not only fought for Biggie and Anna and like just held it down and given honesty of she was annoying. She knew she was
I
annoying,
think that
but she was a Kiki.
I think DTB was the rising star from this season.
She's MVP.
I don't think she's MVB, but I do think she's like rising star. Like like
Yeah, star to watch.
yeah, like
It's like we need her back in another
she's definitely
season.
like best new artist.
She's taking it. She took the award, but in this moment, she's pretty much calling out the girls, and she's like, "Y'all are all being mad fake because y'all are over here trying to give a baddie's chain to not only someone who doesn't deserve it, but someone who has been hating
Right,
on the bitch that y'all are all sitting here saying that y'all ride and love and fuck with so heavy.
right.
So now you guys are gonna give her a chain over me, and what? Fuck me. So
And then
then,
Natalie felt like that was so disgusting for her to do. For
and
her
I thought
to
her helicopter.
for her, and then she said, "Bitch, I had another chain, but I'm not gonna give it to you because that was disgusting. So instead, I'm leaving in my helicopter."
And bitch, and that's verbatim. So now,
They also said that Taseki was pissed that DTB did that, which is why Taseki ended up abusing DTB at the reunion.
I
Because
mean,
I don't know if you know, but did you see how she
oh,
looked?
I mean, we've seen it.
I think the world saw
It's like, how could you? She had a whole tooth missing.
it. Her lip was ripped
Split.
open, split.
I mean,
Didn't she get like 9 stitches on her lip or
yeah.
something?
And Taseki said it. She rearranges faces and she traumatizes people, and she was not lying. Literally, she
doesn't like-
foreshadowed.
And like Taseki says, she doesn't like to do it. So like, imagine like, imagine having so much.
She's the
power.
Hulk.
Like she's like, I don't like to hurt people, but it just happened. You know.
I get it. No, I get that. Like she's like, I need to use my force wisely, and it's like, bitch, you're forcing my card. But my thing is, why did no one have that reaction towards Meatball hating on Tinka?
Right.
Is my thing.
It's very weird.
So it's like, yeah, didn't act like this to Meatball because she had a knife.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm confused.
But also like, and Meatball has been hitting on Tinka for like a couple episodes now, and no one has really clocked that. You know?
That's hometown beef, though.
Right. They're best friends from back home.
Like what?
I didn't. Anna Mac needs to relax.
No, that's my bitch, and she can't do no wrong. She can't do no wrong.
That's my bitch, and I like her too. But she really needs to relax because I feel like sometimes she just be screaming and not even thinking of what she be saying, and it's just like, girl, calm down. Like
when she's yelling at DJ Sky, that's my favorite clip.
I'm like, calm down. Like her and Biggie getting into a fight
over the money.
Over the
that
money.
That irked me.
But no shade. I understood where Biggie was coming from in the sense of like, bitch, like, what's keeping you? Like, okay, so let's get into this conversation.
If we had the context.
Let's get into this conversation. When friends inappropriately overstep their boundaries and put you in a uncomfortable position that you don't feel comfortable doing, but because you're their friends, you end up doing it. So this is what I'm saying. They're both in the Caribbean. They both got money. They both on the show. They both have been on the show for numerous seasons. So they got a coin. None of them bitches is broke.
And she's best friends of Lemmy.
And Anna Mac is allegedly fucking Lemuel. So there's a coin right there, right?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So I was in a situation once where I was at a line at a mall buying something with a friend, and my friend was like, "Buy me this.
Oh.
You owe me a gift anyways," and was like serious about it. And I was just like, "Okay,
But you don't know what my bank account looking like.
right. What if I only have the $15 that this shirt at Forever 21 costs? What if I only have $20 and I'm gonna
They
have?"
were not joking.
They were not joking, Edward, and I was just like, I'll tell you after. And I was just like, I felt so awkward. I ended up buying what they wanted, you know? So because I was like, damn, like it was just so fucking weird. So again, that made me feel uncomfortable because it's like, I don't know my friends' wallets. And I'm not gonna go imposing my friends
That they have like a financial
to like buy me
hardship.
stuff, you know? Like, don't get me wrong. When we go out, I'll be like, "Get me a ginger ale," but that's one because I'm the one that drives everybody,
But it's like it's
and two, I'm the only sober one.
the thing is that there's a way of like a request. You know what I mean? Like we just cackled about the blamp, you know, that I was
Right.
so very dead ass about. Anitra. But no, but it's like to force it like you owe me
Right.
like I'm up on my nuts on the ground and it's
No,
like
right.
yeah.
It's like very
It's a
weird.
G check.
So, so I think that that's like a little bit of what's happening. Like Anna Mac is like, "Oh, like let me get some of your leaf," and she's like, "Well, you can." I just bought this. Like we were all in this tobacco store
Like we're still here actually.
together. We're actually outside. So if you want leaf, you can go grab your leaf.
Yeah.
Because if we're all at the liquor store and everybody's buying and copping, and then we all walk out and you walk out with nothing, what makes you think that it's okay for you to be like, let me get some of that? We were all just in there copping,
Yeah.
all copping our shit.
Yeah. It's like at least sit down, wait for me to roll a blunt, and then you could hit the blunt.
And I feel like the reason why Biggie got was so upset is because this is probably a thing that happens a lot with them.
Oh, for sure.
You know? So she's
'Cause
like,
I feel
"Bitch,
like they
I'm tired
even-
of you trying to like lambona, like always trying to be on my shit. Like, bitch, you spend your fucking money."
Mm-hmm.
Because the way Biggie blew up, it gave like, I'm tired of this.
But I don't even think Biggie blew up. If anything, I was gonna say I feel like Biggie has been so peaceful this entire season. Like at least being on DR, like I don't know, like her spirit was just very.
But I need her
full.
to wrap up the whole like, I'm so excited for y'all to see my culture. Biggie, you took them to La Zona Colonial.
I mean,
Like,
true.
let's be fucking honest. Like, you took them to La Zona Colonial. Like the Zona. First of all,
Yeah.
the Zona Colonial, it's so problematic. Not only that, you took them to like where the Europeans went to our island. So like, while you're trying to be like all of this is my culture, like you could actually taking them to like see real Dominican culture.
But you have to think about the storyline. Why would they do that? And I love you, Biggie. And if this makes it to Zeus, they're gonna have to take it, right? This is what happened. Remember, she had the video clip where she said that she wasn't black. Then she went on the Angie Martinez show, and then she pretty much was like, "Listen, this is how it works. Like they dropped us off on different islands. I'm Dominican.
Yeah.
She explained her shit, which she made her valid points, but they had to like, I feel like, put that a little bit more on their platform and be like, hey, you know, which it's like, damn, really, like this is the angle in the moment we're choosing to highlight.
But I think that, it's so annoying because I'm the type of person that I always see the responsibility of the content, right? Like this
Mhm,
content
mhm.
is there's a responsibility as we create this content, and I think that Suze really like dropped the ball. And of course, I'm not surprised because Suze's main focus is not to break barriers, racial barriers across the diaspora. That's not their focus. Their focus is to make money from bitches beating their asses. Anyways, so like they dropped the ball, but they could have actually made these episodes where like they're in the Dominican Republic, actually like kind of like show the black side of Dominican Republic, which then relates to their
Okay,
audience
yeah.
and also fixes our relationship with the African American community.
Yeah.
Because the one scene that I liked was when they went to give
No.
I didn't like the way they did it,
Okay.
but you saw who was there.
Yeah, the intention was there,
You
but
know,
the way they did that money,
the
this
way they did
like
that money was so dangerous, and I don't know if like clearly nobody knows anything because the
because
way
they would have left that baby with Sapphire.
girl,
She
I'm
really thought that $100 bill was probably for the baby.
I'm
Like
surprised
no
people
shade.
didn't start shooting. No shade. I'm surprised motherfuckers from the hood did not literally start shooting up at Sue's. Like y'all not leaving this from motherfucking block
I mean, I'm sure
because
Zeus is tied in.
it be crazy out there. It be crazy out there. So like the fact that they were giving out $100 bills in the hood,
American dollar bills. Bitch,
American dollar bills, like none of some of them niggas that wasn't even gonna have a way to exchange that.
yeah. $100.
That's how poor they were.
That was probably the first
And
time
they were
a
giving
crisp.
they were giving $100 bills to babies. So I know that all of the little hood niggas was
Dame chamaquito para acá, tráelo para acá, coño.
dame esa maldita
Es que lo están cogiendo
una
están
maldita
los
galleta
niños.
una
Yo,
pecosa,
that-
dámelo coño.
That must have been insane.
It,
And then $100 bill that could they changed the whole next 2 months for that family.
no, and I hope that those
I mean,
people
actually, I don't know how much $100 rinde in DR nowadays.
rinde.
Okay.
Para una persona pobre, rinde.
Okay, un saco de arroz, leche, de todo.
Yes, like for someone that's poor, it goes a long way.
Actually, let's see. Let's do the math. El peso está que
At 65
¡Uepa!
times 100.
And if they would have said that,
6,500. 6,500.
Ay, yep.
Well, talking about money, I wanted to bring this up because I wanted to know your opinion. So, recently we saw that Rihanna had attended a fashion show
Oh,
and she walked in and she said hi to the ex editor in chief of Vogue and then like continued to go to her seat, passing Naomi Campbell and La Roche. So then people started making it. As soon as that happened, people started going on social media saying that Rihanna ignored them, right? And then some people were like, "Well, she was just walking to her fucking seat. She walked into the thing, said hi to that person. He also jumped up at her.
true.
So like, maybe she didn't want to make it a whole thing. Like,
Hi.
like hi, and make the fashion show about her.
Mhm.
You know. So however, things changed when
When?
thing one and thing two, how I like to call them, La Roche and Naomi Campbell went on Twitter and posted this.
We don't go to the shows like the other girls. We don't come with our tatas out or our chi-chis out. Very demure. Very mindful. Very cutesy. You don't give too much. Just give a little.
It's not about showing yourself. It's about showing the clothes.
Very demure.
Very cutesy.
Very mindful.
Very mindful.
So they're basically saying, you know, we don't show off our clothes. We don't show off our tatas. We don't go naked. It's not about showing you. It's about
showing the clothes.
It's about showing the clothes.
Which in a fashion world, I'm sure that the fashion girlies are like, raging. But in a Rihanna world, the Navy is not having it.
It's not having it. So everybody was like, why y'all talking shit about Rihanna? Y'all clearly throwing shade at Rihanna because y'all mad that she didn't say hi to y'all.
But then didn't he do a follow-up video?
So then La Roche did a follow-up video
What he said?
and said that basically he's like, I wish that y'all would stop making shit out of nothing because sometimes y'all think there's something, but there's nothing there. So basically he was saying that video necessarily was not.
But did Rihanna have her titties out?
Yes.
It's like
girl.
and
You know when you throw shade, but the shade doesn't land, so then you actually get embarrassed that you threw bad shade, so then you try to take it back or hide yourself from that shade. I think that's what's happening.
It wasn't sticking.
And no shade, I love La Roche, but I feel like it was clear that video was towards Rihanna.
My thing is there has to be a why, you know. Everything has to have a why, we would hope. So why she didn't say hi to them, why he did the video, why she didn't say hi to them is honestly the first question at hand. It's like, could it have been like you said, she didn't want to make a scene and then everyone wants to say hi to Rihanna, or
Right.
the dress was too tight for her to bend down and they're not standing up, so she's like, all right, bitch, I ain't going down there.
Right.
So there could have been, who knows, but I will believe it when the Queen Rihanna speaks upon it.
Do you actually think that she's gonna that
Girl,
she's gonna?
she's nearly a billionaire, is she not? Or is she already a billionaire?
Yeah.
Yeah, she don't give a fuck.
She don't give a fuck.
This is
but
just another day in her life.
That's why everybody, the Navy was saying like, yeah, lucky that we don't have old Rihanna that used to be on Twitter, because old Rihanna that used to be on Twitter would have
What?
whacked that twice.
3 times.
First of all, you're broke and you're old. That's the first thing she would have said. She would have
Oh
whacked them.
man. Honestly, can we right here, really quick as we're here, can you
Mhm.
go on into like a AI generator and can you type in like Rihanna responding, write a response? Oh my god, hold on. Give me your shit.
Wait, what? What are
Go
you
on
trying
to
to
like
do?
on an AI generator
Mm-hmm.
and type in like create a tweet of Rihanna responding back to Naomi
Wait, hold on. Wait,
Campbell. Please, no, please. It's
Right
going to be
now?
absolutely right now. Like, we are live. We will document this. We are currently. This is not a sponsored ad, but we are currently using ChatGPT, and we're gonna see what it's gonna create.
create
Create a tweet of Rihanna from Rihanna,
a response tweet
a response tweet from Rihanna
from Rihanna responding
to, from Rihanna circa 2011.
circa 2011
Responding to
responding
to La Roche
to La Roche and Naomi
teasing her about her.
Campbell being haters. Are we ready?
Yes, I'm so ready. This is gonna be great.
In 2011, Rihanna was known for her boldness and fierce confidence. If she were to respond to being called out by someone like La Roche and Naomi Campbell, here's how she might have replied to that in that era. Oh my God! Rihanna 2011 response: haters, that's cute. Oh my God! Haters, that's cute. I don't pay attention to negativity. I'm too busy breaking boundaries, setting trends, and living my life. People always have something to say when they can't keep up with your vibe. Naomi's a legend, but we all know who stays winning. And as for law, well, my style speaks for itself. Next. That year, Rihanna had a carefree attitude towards drama, focusing more on her music, style, and staying at the top of her game.
Period.
AI is insane.
And it will go literally, haters, that's cute. I don't pay attention to.
Okay, that is not a Rihanna accent.
I really want to get her like accent down.
You gonna have
I'm getting my snatch game ready. It's a snatch game ready.
it's a snatch game. Wait, no, you kind of ate this. Like, this is insane. ChatGPT will literally give you whatever you want.
That was Rihanna. And
No.
this is brought to you by ChatGPT. It's bringing this episode from Brooklyn headquarters.
Wow. Oh my God. Well, let's end on a good note. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of The Tuck. Remember to subscribe to our channel on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, and on Spotify to make sure that you don't forget to listen to any of our episodes. Make sure that also ring that notification bell so like that you get notified whenever we post. And follow us on Instagram and Twitter at The Tuck Podcast. And also follow me at Wellington on Air and
at Edward_ENT. And if you made it this far, leave us 5 emojis under the comments. Thank you.
please. And thank you so much for listening. We love you guys. We love our community. Also, quick little thing that we wanted to mention is
Yes.
that the Glam Awards are coming soon,
Dun, dun, dun.
and we want to get nominated.
Hello.
So we're asking anybody that's eligible to nominate a podcast or nominate a nominee for the Glam Awards. We're asking to be nominated for best podcast because we think we're doing the Lord's work.
No, we're doing our thing for sure, and we can't be like Meepo. We are baddies with and without the chain.
Wait.
But to bring it full circle, we are risking it, and we are hoping for a reward. And
Mhm.
I mean, for episode 69, we didn't keep it too freaky, too nasty, but right now we're cooking, and everything else will come about.
I know everything else will. I'm really actually like sure of that.
Oh,
Well, thank you so much for another great, amazing episode.
well, that has been the tea.
Now you decide the shade. See you next week.
Mwah.